There is this popular misconception that Africans, most especially, have several jobs opportunities in the kingdom, but that's not true because there are very limited opportunities as far as employment is concerned in Thailand. So, to quickly begin, if you are an African, that is to say you are a non-native English speaker, teaching is all there is you can do in Thailand. Teaching is the top go-to job that most Africans will engage in. Apart from teaching, there are other jobs like business. If you have the money, you can engage in business. For those that have money, like many Nigerians, they come over and engage in business, which is okay. So if you have the finance to engage in business, you can go ahead. And again, you can also engage in football. There are many guys playing football here in the kingdom. They have been registered in clubs in Thailand as professional football players. So if you know you can play football, then you can definitely get involved in this. And without holding back words, I'm sorry if you are caught up in this. There are others who might engage in prostitution or scams as a result of frustration. It's also a means of employment. I wouldn't discriminate on that, but it's also a means of employment. So there are people who are selling bodies and guys who get involved in romance scam and other types of scams just to make a living. And of course, you can also do online teaching. You become a digital nomad. That is after you must have obtained a formal teaching job with work permit. Then you can engage in online teaching, which is okay. So if you look here, these options that I've mentioned are very few opportunities that provide jobs for Africans in Thailand. Apart from that, there is nothing else you can do. Some of you have been asking questions like, can you work as waiters or waitresses in the kingdom? Hell no, you can't. That's the honest truth. It's rare to see any African working as a waiter or waitress in the kingdom. There are lots of jobs in the hospitality and tourism industry. There are a lot of jobs in the construction industry. But these jobs are reserved for Asians. Please take note, it's reserved for Asians. And if at all these jobs need foreigners, they will go for whites, that is Europeans, Americans. It's rare to see an African holding a position in the kingdom as a waitress or waiter, talk less of building construction. But again, you might be lucky. That is to say, if you hold a degree in tourism or maybe building construction, you might be lucky to land a job. But it's very rare. And time is not even on your part. Most of you come in here with tourist visa, which is barely 3 months. Will you be willing to risk it to look for a job in the hospitality industry or building industry for almost a year? I guess not. So it's a no-go area. And again, just within this month, since it's summer holidays, many of you have been asking questions that are very, very out of the context. I don't know who is giving you information, but beware of what agents tells you out there. There are some agents who give out fake information just because they want to make the money. You can't get involved in jobs that Thais are doing or whites. Avoid comparison. The first step of growth is accepting yourself and your own limitation. Accepting your strengths and weaknesses. If you know your strengths and weaknesses, then you will definitely survive. But the worst mistake you can make is to come to Thailand without false assumption. Some of you will hide behind the umbrella of Christianity that, oh, I believe, I'll come and do this. It's a lie. Reality is different from faith and belief. I challenge you, I dare you, I'm also a Christian. Reality is different from faith and belief. The reality is, if you are coming to Thailand, be ready to get involved in teaching. And you can't work here without a degree. Some of you say you have a high school living certificate, you have diploma, and you've seen people who are working with a diploma. Oh yes, there are people working, but again, ask yourself, at what cost and how long, to what extent? If you need to make a living in Thailand as a teacher, you need a degree. Those who get engaged in part-time jobs on a diploma or high school living certificate, they are making close to nothing. They are barely surviving, if they will be honest. If you want to engage in full-time teaching job and you hope to make money to cater for your upkeep, then get a degree. Don't come to Thailand without a degree. Those with diplomas, there are other countries you can go to and you get full-time employment with your diploma, but it's not Thailand. Native speakers are the ones enjoying this privilege. Unfortunately, we are not native English speakers. It's only South Africa that is considered as a native English-speaking country. And even with them, they face their own challenges in the kingdom. So there is no way you will feel like because you have a diploma, you can come over and you successfully have a job. This is a misconception. And another thing that I'll strictly emphasize on in this video is the aspect of the culture and the employment industry. Some of you feel like Thailand is like Europe or America, where you can come and boast about human rights or claim you know too much. This country is different. This is a kingdom. They play by a different ball game. They have their own rule. There are very sensitive issues that is very, very rife in this country. It happens every day. I don't want to call it for the purpose of safety and legality. But know that the system in Thailand is not like Europe or America. Colorism is an issue. Nationality is an issue. You see this in daily life, in terms of employment, in terms of teachers' contracts, in terms of salary. It's an issue here. Don't be blinded by what others tells you and you come here with that open mindset and think like you can come and fight here and have your way. I've come across people on my platform who will come and boast like, oh, why would they do this to me? I went to the immigration office, they were yelling at me, blah, blah, blah. I had to yell back at them. Do you want to get your documents done, or you're here to argue with Thais? You come to someone's country, you're arguing. There is little or nothing like human rights here. If you're in the country, you respect the laws. Go over through the media, you will see news. Right now, immigration is kicking out foreigners who have proven to be miscreants. And miscreants in their context is you not listening to them. Here in Thailand, you've got to respect the law. Anybody is a lawmaker here. So ask yourself, are you here to survive and hustle, or you are here to drag words with the Thais? So to briefly conclude on this video, there are little jobs in Thailand for Africans. Teaching, which is top, that's the first one. Next, you can get involved in business if you have the money. You can also do online teaching after securing your work permit, of course. And like I said, some are even forced to engage in prostitution, scams, just to earn a living. Apart from that, there is very little you will do in this country as an African. Get this message clear. A word to a wise is sufficient. Spoiler alert, if you're on my platform because you want me to encourage you by telling lies, you're wrong. I stick by the truth. And know the truth, it will set you free. See you next time. Cheers.